Welcome to another exciting episode of the In-Game Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Evans, a.k.a. your retroactivist, a.k.a. your in-game boss. And in this episode, it's going to be pretty short because I want to talk about Kickstarter. But before we talk about Kickstarter, I do have some announcements real quick before we get to that. And in this announcement here, in the next episode after this one, there's going to be some changes with the show. I'm going to have a second chair as part of the show. I don't want to announce who he is yet, but we have also done a project that will be also coming soon as part of that. It's a video session that we're doing called the Cabinet Session. So be ready for that. That'll be coming out in April. And then this month, we'll be premiering a movie podcast that we kind of had to go back and redo because the name was taken several times. So we wanted to sit back into the lab and just think of something more unique to talk about. So we'll be premiering that later this month. So be prepared for that. And then on top of that, I have more projects that I'm working on, but I'm not ready to reveal yet. So it's been pretty busy. Bond Never Dies will be coming back pretty soon with Travis. And we have a guest that's coming on to be part of one of those Bond episodes for the Pierce Brosnan's lineup. So definitely check that out. And you know, like I said, this is going to be short because I have like a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of recording sessions. We're trying to get stuff done so we can get ready for, bust these episodes out for our listeners as part of the In-Game Boss program. So if you want to make sure you're up to date with everything, don't forget to follow and subscribe. Don't forget we're on YouTube, Spotify, Podbean. So check all that stuff out. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing, how's the network doing and whatnot. Show your support. Spread the word, give it a 5-star rating, tell if we're doing good, doing bad, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the topic that I want to talk because, like I said, we're going short on this one. So Kickstarter. Kickstarter was something that I was really into at the very beginning. And, I support indie gamers. I support people that have a passion of making video games and going forward with that. And sometimes they will do crowdfunding projects to help get their going. And sometimes I like to support that depending what it is. And, going into it, I learned a lot about how much do I want to really put in to help them out, debating on the thin line between should I wait till it gets accomplished and then put some money in or just take a chance and hope for the best. So I've been on both sides of that line. And actually I have put money in to 6 projects, and within those 6 projects, only 3 of them have came out, while the other 3 are kind of in limbo and still going to this day. So today I wanted to talk about 3 of the games that got accomplished, and I'm pretty sure you know them, and then 3 of them that are still going and how I feel about that. So let's go ahead and talk about the first one. The first one I actually contribute into was Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight was at that time a remarkable game to look at because people were raving about it. It just looks fun. It looks crazy. It's a knight with a shovel, but when we look at it, it looked very old school retro NES, Mega Man, Super Mario 3, Zelda 2, all this stuff, and it just looked awesome. The music and everything. So, I dropped in and I dropped about $15 in there. It came with, a digital booklet and, a digital copy of Shovel Knight. And I wish that I actually got a physical copy of it, but you just never know how far it's going to go. And for people that don't know what Kickstarter is, it's a site where people put their project up there and they set goals, and depending how much money they make is where that goal is. What they'll do is they'll say, hey, we need this much money to get this game made. Then there'll be extras. If we meet this quarter, then we'll do this. If you meet this goal, we'll do this. So it can come from, making more copies to spreading out to other consoles, being multi-platform, all this stuff to your name will be in the game, to have a fun day with the creators, all this stuff. So I haven't gone too far because most of the time those are going up to $75 to $100. So you're taking a big leap when you drop $150 to $200 for something like that. So I just like to show enough where I'm kind of getting the price of purchasing the game. So that's what I did. So Shovel Knight was a wonderful choice, and it's still going strong, still DLC and all this stuff. I do regret that I didn't put more money in so I can get more stuff to it, but all of the stuff that came was free for it. And sadly enough, I had to probably rebuy it on the other consoles because I got it for the Wii U. And, I'm not playing my Wii U anymore, per se. So I might just kind of maybe double, maybe triple dip, maybe get on the PC, maybe get on the PlayStation, maybe get on the Switch. Just depends. And so the next one that I contribute into was Hyper Light Drifter. That was more of an adventure action game per se. It kind of reminds you a little bit like Zelda or Bastion or anything like that, where you're this drifter warrior trying to figure out what's going on with the world. It's kind of dark. I have to replay that game again because actually I kind of got confused with what the story is all about. But I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed what they were trying to do. It almost looks like Titan Souls a little bit, per se. And so I recommend everybody checking that out. That's probably on all consoles now. So don't quote me on Xbox One, but definitely check that out. I contribute $20 to that. And for that, I got a full package bonus, receive all items. So like I got the game and then a couple of more extra stuff. Like I got some wallpaper stuff and everything like that. The next one is Mage of Mystria. And that was more of an RPG style game where you are this little wizard woman that end up finding a book that gives you crazy spells. And the goal of the game was to combine different spells to do stuff. So your goal is to explore and mix and match and see where the magic that you get out of it. And sometimes it can lead to, like, if you're mixing ice with something, maybe the ice platform will be more of like a pillar, maybe it will be like a river of ice. You just have to explore stuff. And you can mix with fire, lightning, but on top of that you can mix with different patterns that your magic does. So I enjoyed the game. What it was a fun game. Replaying again, it'll be a long time before I probably do it again, or if I do it again, I might do on another console. But I played that on the PlayStation and also PC. Somehow I got a free copy of the PC one. I'm not gonna question it, but I go ahead and accept that. So I like that game. That game was actually made from Canada, and when you look at those prices, they're gonna say in euros and stuff. That doesn't mean anything, so I wouldn't worry about that. Just they'll kind of give you the the exchange of how much that is in US dollars, so I wouldn't worry about that. So those are the good sides of what I did when I decided to go and the Kickstarter, because my goal was like, I'll contribute money to a couple of them, but until that physical comes out, I wasn't going to get the next thing. I want to make sure this game comes out and I'm not spreading too much money, and which would lead to these 3 games that are still going, and is where I learned my lesson. And I'm a sucker when they say certain terms that gives me hype. So the first one I want to talk about is called Dormant Sky. This game has been in development kind of around 2013. So we're looking about over 6 years now. And what made this game jump out at me was they said that it is a vivid 16-bit RPG inspired by Final Fantasy and the Tales series. So I am a sucker for the Tales series, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Berseria, Tales of Abyss, Tales of Grace, all of that. It's like one of my favorite RPG series. And in Final Fantasy, you find one you like and then you go with it, right? So putting it together like that was pretty cool. And, based on like what the pictures showed and everything like that, it actually looks good, and I was excited for it. But the person that was working on it, he's one guy apparently, and he kind of went hiatus. Like, I don't know if he's just booking down and just working on it and not want to talk to anybody and just trying to focus on it. But like, to me, it's more of like, you still kind of have to let people know how you're doing. Like, come back with a little bit of spurt, because the last thing he left on an update was he was working on a podcast show to help people get more information about it. I haven't had a chance to listen to the podcast, but that was July 24th, 2017. So from there has been no update about, hey, more episodes that are coming out, nothing. So I don't know what's going on with this project or getting canceled, because even the comments, I left a comment personally to him and tell him, hey, I understand you're working hard, but you still need to let people know what's going on, or we're just going to assume that you're dead. or the game is dead, and we just need some confirm. I'm down. If the game's canceled, say it's canceled. Say it's not working out. Say you got to back out. I'm fine with that. But 6 years is a long time, okay? You're not that quality of Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts, okay? Where, people are going to stop. And, the last comment actually I saw from the people was a month ago. Just the words dead and then sigh. So, I hope that this game is still alive. I hope they're he's still trying to do something. But to me, if you're going to cancel it, just cancel it and let people know and move on. Because we don't want to sit with this game for 10 years. It's almost that I almost forgot that it exists. And also, too, we don't even know if this game's going to be good. Because we need to see it. There should have been a demo out. Get some feedback. Talk to people. And so, the next one is Octopus City Blues. Now, at the time, I had a Ouya, sadly enough, and I was liking the Ouya, and I wanted to support the Ouya, and there was a game coming out for it that was kind of it's an adventure game, and it's created by Ghost in a Bottle, and there's been so many transitions going with this game. Like a one team was working on, they left, a new team took over. It's been going through some crazy stuff, and it's been like back and forth, and here and there they'll drop a couple of updates talking about this and this, but sometimes the updates that they give us is not enough to fulfill that what people are wanting. They want more of like, how close are you getting to the end? Are you like 60%? Are you 70%? What is it that you can give us to make us feel more for sure that this game is almost complete? This game has been in November 2013, so this is another game that's been going on for 6 years. 6 years. And it still has nothing, not big updates of what's coming up next. So the update that they last talked about was actually this year in January. And instead of more like an update kind of per se, they do a little bit, but they're kind of trying to be funny about it. And I guess that's okay. But they're trying to show us, here's the things that we're fixing. There's just some stuff that we're trying to come up with. And, I appreciate that. But I'd rather be hearing a date by now. Like, hey, is this coming out this year? Is it being pushed back to 2020? We need this confirmed answer. The Ouya is gone. Okay, Ouya ain't coming back. So what is this game going to now? Is it going to console? Is it only PC? We just need more confirmed answer to that. So, and Octopus City Blues is more of an adventure game, and it's not like an RPG or anything like that. It's more of you're put into this world and you're trying to solve what's going on. It's almost like a click and go kind of game, but it's not. It's hard to think of what game matches that. But if you're curious, definitely check it out for yourself and see what you think about it. But like I said, that one's been going on since 2013. Now, this final one that I want to talk about is and also too, I dropped $15 for Octopus City Blues, and I dropped $15 for Dormant Sky. So this next one I also dropped $15, and this one is called Ghost Song: A Journey of Hope. I got this one because they said the gameplay influenced by. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's a beautiful 2D sci-fi Metroidvania about love, hope, and redemption. Gameplay influenced by Super Metroid and Dark Souls. So at the time, that sounded cool. But now a lot of games are doing the Metroidvania and the Dark Soul treatment. Hence Hollow Knight, which it was a Kickstarter. And it got completed, of course. And there it is. So it almost feels like it's Ghost Song missed that window. Now, this game has been in production since 2014. And little by little, he's showing us, when he first started, he had this vision, and then this next moment, he wanted to change it because it wasn't good. But this is also one person. And by the way, this was going to come out for the Wii U. I was going to come out for the Wii U, but of course it's not working out. But every update that he talks about, he talks about what's going on. His last update was March 5th, 2019. So, he's doing, I like how he's keeping us up to date and stuff like that. But I still need some confirm of how close we're there. And actually, I take that back. In January 4th, 2019, sorry, I'm just reading this right now. They said they're about 90% complete, but we're moving forward. And so it seems like they're getting close, but hopefully maybe 2020 then, if it's not coming out this year. But they're doing a great job. But I know it's been tough for this guy. His name is Matt White, and he's solo on this. And out of all the other ones that are not completers going, I do like Matt White that's keeping us up to date with stuff. I think he's doing a great job. I just think that he is just like the guy that Dormant Sky. I think he bite more than he can chew. I think he thought he can really do this since, like, the guy that did Toby Fox did Undertales. He thought maybe he can do this whole thing. But the difference is, Undertales is not the best graphically looking game. So I bet you the development for that is like easier than him, because his game looks pretty. It does look like a Metroid. It looks like he's a robot guy. There's a bit of a drifter in this bizarre world we don't know anything about. But it's been very supportive from the crowd. People are happy that, hey, I know it's taking a long time, but thank you for keeping us updated with stuff and everything like that. And, what's the difference? What I said to Octopus City Blue. The difference is, to me, is that this guy's production looks like it's doing better than Octopus, because the fact that they had to change production teams to get this done. And to me, that game, feels like maybe you should cancel that one too. Like, 2 out of these 3 that I mentioned need to be canceled. I still have faith then Ghost Song to really come in hard and bring something new to the table. And it could be maybe he found something new to 2D Metroid video games and he wants to bring that back and implement it. But I'm happy for him because he's showing us videos. He's showing us a little bit of gameplay. He's showing us what to do. Maybe a demo will be nice. Maybe he can put out a little demo for us to try out and see what that is. But it's good that he's staying up to date with all that stuff. And so that's basically my stories for Kickstarter. So if I had to give you tips about it, there's a lot of great projects out there. Seriously, like, I look at Kickstarter once in a while and I'll look and see like what new ideas that people are coming in for gaming. And there's some fantastic ones out there. And maybe I'll break down and take a chance on another one. But I feel like that I would love to have a confirmed answer with these other 3 games that I have that are still waiting to see where those games are going to be. Because if at least if one of those are canceled, then I'm like, okay, I'll try this game next. Because I do like supporting people that want to make a game of their passion. I think that is awesome. I wish I had the time to really do that. And I want to see more people do that, and I want to help support that. And I would love later on to do a segment on my show, probably call it Can I Kick It, and talk about a game that would be awesome for us to look at and see why people should look at it. So I want to thank everybody for listening to this little story of my Kickstarter. If you're going to do it, make sure you do your research. Make sure you look at how much money they are at. If you know it's dead in the water, why put money in there? If it's close to being done, you can take a chance on that. But most of the time, if they reach it really quick, then you're guaranteed a copy of the game. That's what I would jump into it, especially if it just hits hard. And so you just have to look down there and look at the list of like games that are completed, but still could still offer money to, and that's it. So I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. Remember, you can listen to our shows once again on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. Make sure you look up the In-Game Boss program. But we have other wonderful shows that are coming soon. I have a movie podcast I'm doing with Nam. We'll be announcing soon. I'll have my second chairperson coming out on the next episode. I have a lineup of great guests that I've been working on to come on the show. I have great new crazy segments we're going to be talking about. I have another show that is coming out next month in April, and then hopefully we'll have another show coming out in May, based on retro gaming, hopefully. And then have another show coming up. So my goal is to really get a lot of shows going this year, so I can slowly work on some other projects. I have even more big project I want to do, but I want to make sure that my listeners have great content to enjoy while I'm working on this project and everything like that. So, you know, it would be great to show your support by, you know, following and subscribing to whatever platform you're listening to us on, YouTube, all that stuff. Definitely, you know, leave a rating, leave a comment telling we're doing a great job, doing a bad job, you know, what I mentioned before. And I will catch y'all on our next episode.